Oh, hey there. I'm just catching up on some of my favorite YouTube channels. My TV remote broke, so until my new one gets delivered, I can't really watch TV. Oh hey, someone sent me a video response to my War Games review. Man, since joining YouTube, I've met so many wonderful creators. It's been a really uplifting experience.
What were you watching? More like, what were you sucking? This ignoramus has fewer brain cells than he does reasons to throw himself off a cliff.
This doesn't bother me. Oh, my new remote's here. Wow, how cool. The manufacturer's website said this thing reaches levels of entertainment beyond the TV. Whatever that means. Here I go. Owie! Fujitsuka Natsuo, played by the inimitable Pat Morita. The two cruise the streets of Detroit looking for a stolen car part prototype. Next up is... What the heck? What is this? It's Knockoff Showdown. I'm in one of my own videos? What the heck? Order Tax Attack 3000 a day. Thumbs up to the nightgown. My nethers have never... Ryan, you have to review Time Cop. You have to. But why? Because if you don't... Who are you? How did you get here? I don't know, I just got this new TV remote and it zapped me into my own YouTube channel. Now it looks like I'm in my Time Cop movie review. Wait a minute, a magical TV remote that's transporting you into a bunch of different videos? This sounds a lot like Stay Tuned. It's directed by Peter Hyams, the same guy who directed Time Cop. Stay Tuned is all about a husband and wife who are trapped in a bunch of hellish TV channels. Maybe if we watch this movie, we can figure out how to get you back home. That's a great idea. All right. Follow me out to the living room. Let's watch it out here. Follow me. Released in 1992, Stay Tuned is a dark, satirical comedy all about the classic, beloved pastime of watching a shitload of TV. Stay Tuned stars John Ritter and Pam Dauber, two actual classic TV stars, as Roy and Helen Nabel, a couple whose marriage is on the rocks due to Roy's unhealthy obsession with watching TV.
No phones, no kids, no TV.
No TV?
They don't have TV there.
Is there a plug?
This is abnormal.
Luckily for Roy, it's not long before a mysterious salesman by the name of Spike comes knocking at his door to sell him new TV equipment, including one of those huge satellite dishes my great-grandma had. And it's worth mentioning that Spike's satellite dish doesn't pick up normal broadcast television, it only picks up weird, bizarro versions of TV shows, all with a bit of a ghastly twist.
It's Meet the Mansons.
It's My Three Sons of Bitches. Get in shape with the exercises.
DUANE'S Underworld.
Spike convinces Roy to sign the paperwork and install the satellite dish in his backyard, and promptly ski-daddles into some kind of hellish underground portal thing. And naturally, you can imagine Helen's reaction when she catches sight of Roy's new pride and joy. She immediately starts packing her bags, and as she's about to leave Roy once and for all, she walks out to the backyard to see him making adjustments to the dish, which then proceeds to act a little possessed. Uh-oh, turns out the betrench-coated dingus at the front door who sold Roy his satellite dish and TV is a top-level executive at Hellvision, which is some sort of demonic satellite TV company. And when I say demonic, I mean literally demonic. Hellvision is a company all about having unwitting customers sign over their souls for the entertainment package of a lifetime.
We just sign here, and we're in business.
But it's not as simple as that. Hellvision has turned the claiming of souls into a violent and entertaining spectacle, all for the amusement of Satan himself. Kind of like if Cabin in the Woods had a baby with the Running Man. Not only that, there are rules in place for this whole setup.
Take the Nabels, for instance. They just checked in. Now, they got 24 hours. If they survive that long, we got to send them back. Part of our treaty with the other side. Kind of a Geneva Convention in the war for souls.
So Spike sits in the boardroom acting as an overlord to Roy and Helen's tour through TV hell, keeping track of them as they progress from channel to channel. If Roy and Helen can survive for 24 hours bouncing from one nightmarish TV show to the next without getting crushed, shot, exploded, or beheaded, they'll be set free. Now this movie sounds like fun. It is fun. Critics and audiences alike totally shit on this movie, but this film has charm. Hey, so when did we get to the remote control part? I have to get back home. Yeah, in a minute. Like I was saying, this film has charm. Sure, it's not the best directed or best written movie, but not every movie needs those elements to be. And back then in the 90s, most of the effects were practical and not CGI. I was obsessed with the soft bodies of puppets, especially Alf. For the love of God, stop. Okay, right, the remote. See, there it is. Spike has it most of the film. He likes to flip it out of his sleeve like freaking Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. He can even use it to dispense idiot subordinates like Eugene Levy into the TV world. So the first channel Roy and Helen find themselves in is a game show in which the two have to answer a couple of highly personalized and uncomfortable questions about their relationship. And if they get them wrong, they get
Eliminated.
After the game show channel, they move on to a wrestling match where they're teamed up against a couple of monstrous beast-like people. And of course, the wrestling here is real.
This could be the end!
Hey, is that Captain Lou Albano? He was really famous in the 80s as a rapper.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show! With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's again.
Stay Tuned does fall short with the amount of cameos, considering the opportunities they had spoofing all these shows. They did, however, use Chuck Jones, the creative powerhouse from Looney Tunes, to supervise the animation segment where Roy and Helen wind up in a show where they play cartoon mice, which I thought was pretty neat. The whole cartoon segment had a real, authentic Warner Brothers feel. And even without this objectively fun cartoon segment, seeing Stay Tuned as a kid was so hilariously fun and weird. The movie bombarded the audience with parodies of pop culture icons so simple and short and visually interesting that even an 8-year-old could enjoy them. And it's all thanks to the simple plot device of the remote control. And more specifically, the idea that Roy and Helen have to find portals to advance from one show to the next. This format of bouncing from one set piece to the next was perfect for short attention spans. Don't like the current joke? Just give it a minute. Roy and Helen will escape to the next show. Stay Tuned is masterful in its ability to give even the shortest of attention spans a laugh. And the jokes are as lowbrow as they are plentiful.
I've lost the feeling in my arm.
All of a sudden I can't see anything.
Sundays at 8. Different strokes.
Helping these jokes land,
Kids, now there's a new beer just for you.
Give me another one, babe.
for better or worse, is a very entertaining cast. John Ritter was a hilarious dude, and my only complaint with him in this movie is that he was so underused. He had an ability to act both comedic and sincere, with a sort of gee golly attitude that was really charming. He plays a pitch-perfect doofus. Eugene Levy does his usual Eugene Levy shtick. He's fun. Jeffrey Jones, a towering ginger, is an effective villain as Spike, but his energy in this movie feels very stunted. I liked his role a lot as Ed Rooney.
Grace!
Oh god, that gives me goosebumps. But for whatever reason, going from high school principal to satellite programming demon caused him to take it down a few notches. Look at the final showdown between him and Roy during this Salt and Peppa music video. When he gets cornered by Roy with the remote control, he comes across like such a snooze.
Okay, you got the remote, you win. But how about, I'm just pitching here, how about you and me working together? You don't get it, do you? Without me, you don't get out of here. Sorry, Spike, you're canceled.
Wait a minute, are you telling me that I can use this remote to go to other channels? Because there's this one channel I'd really like to visit. I don't know, try it out.
Hobbs and Shaw, it's a good movie to go and see with all your buds. Go out and have a guy's night and then just go have tons of fun watching this movie. Hey, what the freak? What is going on?
Sorry about that.
The on-rails arcade the hell? Who are you?
So once upon a time in... I need to stop drinking.
And that is why I believe Howard the Duck belongs in the Criterion. What the?
It's a name. It's like a... Is it...
I think it's Michael.
Michael. Michael.
Off screen, not
Fewer brain cells than he does... What the?
You.
You feel better? No. That reminds me, you want to know why I don't think this movie did so well? The tone. It's so uneven. It's one of those movies that can't figure out who it's made for. One minute you have Spike talking about adult TV channels.
Comedy, drama, hot oil aerobics like nothing you've ever seen, brother.
The next you have a Looney Tunes theme segment obviously aimed at children. It's rated PG, but when you have Spike running down an old lady and then backing up over her corpse, well, I don't know. I imagine parents weren't flocking to the theater with their kids to see this movie. And the storyline with Roy and Helen's son and daughter, their storyline is objectively obnoxious. It doesn't feel like the kind of movie a garden variety adult movie watcher would enjoy on his own. And the daughter Diane's dialogue is so painfully 90s, I get a small headache every time she says something stupid.
And now it's your turn to go away, dweeb Nick. Your pizza topping! We got a jam!
In Stay Tuned, you got 3 different story threads. Roy and Helen traveling through the Hellvision channels, and you got the tension with Spike in the boardroom, and you got Daryl and Diane slowly figuring out that their parents are stuck in TV and attempting to get them out.
Our parents are trapped in television.
Oh, wow.
The problem with the kids' storyline is it takes up way too much of the movie's runtime. It takes a lot of scenes for Daryl to figure out and explain to Diane that their mom and dad were sucked into the satellite dish. Also, when Daryl is about to get sucked into the satellite dish himself, you can totally see this dude's hands holding him up. What is that? How did this shot make it into the final version of the movie? The other huge problem with the story is Roy and Helen's arc as a couple, mainly in that there really isn't an arc. They set up right away that Roy and Helen are having marital problems, and more specifically, the fact that Roy has lost himself in his obsession with TV.
When I married you, you were a doer. And now all you are is a watcher.
That he used to be passionate about other stuff, like fencing.
You fence? Oh, I used to.
Roy's lost his spark and Helen's fed up with him. So as you'd imagine, throughout the movie, Roy's character grows and he sees the error of his ways and slowly regains that spark he lost as he gets closer and closer to Spike. The movie's climax even involves a sword fight, a callback to Roy's fencing days. Roy gets his groove back big time. He gets courage, he vanquishes evil, he saves himself and his wife. At the end, Roy even opens up his own fencing studio. Look at that freeze frame. Look at how much his life has turned around. But because Helen doesn't make any kind of appearance at the end of the movie, the ending just feels kind of stale. We started Roy's problems out with his marital issues, and those never get paid off. We never see Helen proud of him. We never see Roy and Helen make up at the end. We never even see them kiss at the end. They're about to after they escape Hellvision and are back at their house, but the neighbor's dog provides one last moment of useless drama before being sucked into the satellite dish. Then the family just walks inside, and we never see Helen again. The movie desperately needs a scene that shows them making up or having made up. Where's the scene of them sitting on the couch together enjoying TV? Or going on vacation like she said she wanted to?
Let's go away like we used to the mountains.
Okay.
Just the 2 of us.
Great.
A much better ending would have included Helen. You can cut right from the backyard reunion to the fencing scene just like it is in the movie now, showing Roy has grown by starting his own business. But then as he dismisses his class, maybe Helen could walk through the front door and let him know that her marketing campaign for his fencing studio is going great. Because, remember, she works as an advertising executive. Maybe the fact that he starts a business and the fact that she works in advertising could be a useful match. Then Helen heads to the car and Roy stays behind to close up and reflect on his personal growth and revitalized marriage. And then you do the freeze frame. Had Helen been involved in the ending, this freeze frame might have felt a little more earned. As it stands, the last meaningful moment Roy and Helen share is when they figure out how to get out of Hellvision by pressing the power button.
Roy, what do you do when you want the TV to go away? You turn it off!
So that's how I get out of here? I just press the power button? Thanks for all the help, me from another video, from another time. You're welcome. What are you thinking about? Here, I want you to have it. You're giving me the remote control of magic? Use it wisely. See you around.